Hello everybody! We are in my bedroom in Athens, Ohio. It's the first chase day of the year and the target area is right around home. Officially going to be targeting Parkersburg, West Virginia, but really anything from Athens to Parkersburg, just 30 minutes apart, and extending southward and maybe a little bit eastward to Parkersburg is going to be the target area today. So we have a little bit of a low pressure system that's going to be forming in western Ohio off the right exit of a jet streak, and that's going to have a warm front off the right side of it, and that's where the atmosphere is already destabilizing. It's sunny, just became sunny within the last hour here in Athens. So CAPE values are building. SRH and shear is just off of the chart today. Some of the photographs look wonderful. Concerns are splitting supercells as well as terrain. It's only March 23rd. I'm really excited for this first chase of the year, and how cool is it to be able to wake up in your own bed and forecast at your own computer. That's something that I have not ever done in the couple years of chasing I've had. So looking forward to getting the season started off well, and maybe we'll get ourselves started with a tornado. Well, here we are near Colville, Ohio. Got a special guest today, Colby from Ohio University Meteorology, waiting for these storms to go up. And this one near Portsmouth is already looking good, so might try to chase that and then head back east, or just wait to see what happens with that one. Either way, supercells are forming here in southeast Ohio. Well, we are driving back west, entering the city of Athens, where I live. Our storm is right ahead of us, and who would have thought the first storm of the year is right at home? Pretty awesome. We're going to head to the top of the parking garage in the city, which is a really good view, and watch the storm transit the Athens area, and then head east for the further storms after that. First storm of the year, Athens, Ohio. Due to the hills, it was a bit hard to see this beautiful supercell as it came into town. Fortunately, the drone was able to get us a great view, and this supercell was actually very, very close to producing a tornado, a scuddy base. There was some rising motion, an inflow tail, but more than anything, just a very pronounced clear slide as the RFD began to wrap around the mesocyclone. There were a few points where I saw rain bands with the naked eye moving so fast across the ground I thought it was a tornado beginning to touch down, but as you can see from the drone footage, there was not really anything super close to that. It seems like what happened with this storm as it got closer to town is that it kind of just began losing strength and dying right around the time it got to the city, which is fortunate because it was moving into a more populated area as it passed just to the west of downtown Athens. But as you can see, just a very, very classic supercell structure, forward flank downdraft off to the right. And in the sped up drone footage, you can really see some of the rotation that was going on with this storm. It never did produce a tornado warning either. We're in a bit of a radar hole, and I suspect that if we weren't, it may have been warned, because as you can see, a very nice surging RFD and some beautiful structure as we zoom out with the drone and get a look at this storm as it passed just to the west of town. Really, really good structure for southeast Ohio, especially this early in the year. It's not really something you see very often, so I was very thrilled about getting structure this good on the first storm of the year. Not something I really expected all that much. And then we'll cut forward a little bit here. The storm, as you can see, completely just died as it passed town and moved off to the north. I suspect that due to the tilting of the updrafts, there may have been just not enough CAPE to keep the updrafts going. I'm not exactly sure meteorologically what was going on there, but you know, it's possible that the updraft was just too tilted and interference and friction was slowing it down. Not exactly sure. Here's a look at the second storm as it came in. This one was a lot more outflow dominant than the first one. It did start out as a supercell and had a bit of a wall cloud and rotation, but as it moved closer to the city, it took on more of just a shelf cloud outflow type feature looking storm. Here's the footage from the drone again. This is storm number 2. Still really pretty structure, nice color up in there, a little bit of that blue color even that is so pretty with supercells. You can see a little bit maybe what was left of the inflow tail, but at this point this thing had completely gone outflow dominant. But still a really pretty storm to watch as it came in. And this one was moving a little bit more to the right than the first one. The first one missed the city, but the second one was heading right towards us, so we decided to stay at the top of the parking garage and watch as the shelf cloud came right overhead. Look at that. Uh-huh. Well, we are leaving this storm as it has passed us. It still looks pretty mean in the distance. And we're heading east towards a collection of other storms that are going to be passing Parkersburg, West Virginia. We're going to be cutting it close with getting there in time, but there's another line behind that. So hopefully 2 storms down and 2 to go. So eastward to West Virginia now.
It's not bad.
We have a slight rainbow. Not sure if the GoPro's picking it up or not, but we have a slight rainbow. Crossing the bridge into West Virginia, and cannot see anything. It is raining very hard. We're in the left split of the Supercell right now. So we are in West Virginia. Well, we went east. Here's the storm approaching Pennsboro, West Virginia. Nothing super interesting. It is a bit of a supercell, but kind of a dying storm. We got one more coming in behind it, and then that'll probably be it for the day. There's another severe warm storm back near Athens, but it also kind of looks like it's losing ground on radar. So everything kind of falling apart a little bit. But storm number 3 here in West Virginia. The storm is dying. It is quite nice looking, but we're going to head back towards Athens. There was actually a tornado warning in Athens County, but it was on a cell that was behind the cell that would have actually been chaseable, and it was in the middle of a holler, so you wouldn't have seen anything. So a decent looking storm here in West Virginia, but we'll head back to Ohio, maybe see one more storm on the way back, or possibly not. It'll be determined as we head back. But there it is, a nice LP supercell in Pennsboro, West Virginia. Storm number 5, it is currently over Athens. We're headed back, and we were disappointed that we missed it, but the structure from here looks absolutely amazing. So we're gonna see if we can find a spot to get a picture. Well, there it is, storm number 5 over Athens, Ohio. We are here in Parkersburg, West Virginia, overlooking the Ohio River, and a beautiful storm right in front of us. The last storm of the day, and it is incredible. Behind those, storms number 6 and 7. This one is over Athens, Ohio, about 30 miles away. This one is just behind it. And there's our first storm with an amazing base over the river and Sunset and a twisted updraft ahead. Incredible structure for southeast Ohio. Supercells 5, 6, and 7. What a day. Well, that does it for the first chase day of the year. Beautiful sunset back here in Athens, Ohio. Nice to be home after the chase. 7 supercells today. No tornadoes, but good structure, especially for the region. Overall, a very successful chase to start the year. And hopefully, we'll get a few more setups before May. We'll have to wait and see on that. But for now, a very good start to the storm chasing season.